Hello everyone, welcome to day 111. And before starting, I want to show you a match that I played yesterday with an international master. Um, he does have a YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe. He did a special 1000 subscribers live stream with a simultaneous display, and he completely crushed me. But let's go through the match real quick and wrong. So the game was fairly equal. Um, in the first part. I could have pushed, so let's see what would have been the continuation. Yeah, maybe something like this. Not too bad, but I just developed my bishop. He developed his bishop. I solidified the center basically, and I was thinking that now that I have the pyramid with dark squared pawns, I don't mind trading dark squared bishop. Also earlier, I was a bit concerned about this types of checks and picking up the bishop somehow. So that's why I rushed to trade, but wasn't too good. So h3 is a better move. Should have kept the attention. And castle's best move, castles. Queen to e2 is perhaps a better move. And finally he plays one inaccuracy, but I didn't really punish it. Knight to e5 should have jumped in, and what would have been the continuation? Yeah, it's nothing major, no advantage. So instead, I chose to push. He takes, I take. We trade a bunch of pieces, and here he has two attackers actually. I have plenty of defenders, but I don't want him to advance. And that pawn is really annoying if he pushes and consolidates. So I eliminate one of the defenders. And here I was thinking that if I capture, he will push, I'll go back, he will develop his last piece, and he does have a better position, I thought. Instead, I take with the queen. Was hoping he doesn't take, but he did, which is the best move, because endgames are my weakness, and obviously a player of his caliber, he excels in endgame, especially in a simultaneous display. The less pieces on the board, the better they are, and easier to make decisions. He kicked me out, obviously the best move, and I should have maybe. I was thinking of going in, but I didn't see any. I didn't see any continuation. Maybe setting up a fork here, but yeah. Anyways, instead I retreat. I centralize my rooks and I bring my king over with best move. And at this point, I think I was very happy with my play. But from here, it just went downhill. He brings his king in, and I should have played g3 now, stopping his advancement of pawns somehow. That I didn't know what to do. That's the truth. I didn't know what to do. So I was thinking that if I trade rooks, he will get the open file, protected rook, and I cannot move my rook on the open file. Um, so that would be completely losing. Um, and here this was a bit too slow. At this point, I was thinking, and maybe I should have traded rooks. And yeah, here is kind of equal. So that's what I should have done, probably. Instead, I allow him to gain the open file, and basically I just lose a couple of tempos. Here I was worried about some tactics with like checks and like if I move the knight, I was thinking that he can somehow deflect my king from protecting the rook and then taking the rook. So yeah, that's why I went to the queen side, which is not so good. Maybe I should start to push the pawns here because I have a majority. But yeah, he plays the best move, best move, best move. Finally, I played g3, which is the best move and not easy to find. And he marches forward. Good move, and this was a mistake and a pretty big one. I should have taken the pawn. I was a bit scared of taking because he has two connected pawns kind of in the middle of the board, and the king is right here. The knight can jump in, so basically he gained more space. Now I can't really jump my knight. At some point I was thinking to go here and have a passed pawn, but I just don't have enough space. And I think that's what went wrong. He pushed these pawns and he gained too much space. I tried to fight on the queen side, but it was too little too late. Finds a great move, best move, and this is an inaccuracy. Should have played f f3 actually, but yeah, if he takes, that's phenomenal. But I was thinking that he's gonna push. And where's my knight going? Maybe rotating like this, but he does have checks with the knight, so yeah, I wasn't sure about this, but maybe this would have still been holdable. Um, I take now, and I go back, which is another big mistake. Now he comes in. He can fork two of my pawns here, and after check, it's just gonna be bad. So I stopped him from coming in, but he goes the other way around, and now he's attacking this pawn. So if I try to push, actually, let's see. It is the best move, so he would have gone for a check, rotate, and mm, it looks like it's holdable, but it's not, just because he has two connected passed pawns. So yeah, here you need to fight for a draw, which I don't know how to do. So yeah, at this point, time was pretty low on the clock, and I was like, that was a good game. I'm gonna lose regardless. I knew it's a losing position, and he's not gonna uh, mess this up. So instead, I went for something more ambitious. Um, I was thinking that maybe if I get his pawns and he's left with a knight, then obviously, he cannot checkmate me. It's a draw. So, but yeah, I saw from a distance that after takes, he does have this fork, which wins my b pawn, which is very, very important. Because otherwise, I think sacrifice would have been sound. The problem is that he wins a pawn back and an important one. And here I didn't know what to do either, but yeah, I just advanced, hoping to promote. But obviously, he does have the knight, and he can sacrifice the knight for the pawn and promote here because he has two connected pawns on the other side of the board now. My king is too far. So a takes b5 apparently is the best move. I don't know why I didn't play it. I thought I'm winning a tempo or something, but it's just not true. I should have just taken, and it's still losing, but yeah, that's the best move by the computer. So instead I just push, he takes, I push. Now the promotion square is, I mean, if my king was somewhere here and his knight was maybe somewhere else, like, I don't know. With this material, maybe if the position was different, I could hold a draw, but best move, inaccuracy. Computer says that checking is the best move, but I wanted this pawn to block any checks with the queen after the promotion. So yeah, but it's still not enough. Here I was almost certain that he's gonna take, and promote the other pawn. But he finishes in style and he goes for mate. Therefore, I don't see a way to stop the mate, so I under promote to a knight and tickle him with a check. And yeah, he does have mating threats here and here. So yeah, if I move my knight, then this is no longer a checkmate. So probably knight here would have been the best move. But I just captured the pawn and allowed him to checkmate me. That's it. It's not that I allowed him to checkmate me. It's like I didn't find the mate in 4, so I went for mate in 1 for my opponents, not me. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. And maybe we can play. If I can hold my own 2 feet against an international master, I should be able to win this game today. Don't you think? So that was a very long intro. Hope you enjoyed. And we get an opponent from Italy, it looks like. We're gonna go for simple Kadokan. It's not really an opening. Okay, it's not an opening to that fights for a win. Kadokan, to be honest with you, quite passive, I think. But let's see, what can we do? I can push the pawn or pin him, or simply develop here. But I think pinning is okay. We could fianchetto, could be an idea. Okay. Do I want to keep the pin? Do I want to keep the pin? That's the question. I have options. I can drop back. Can even drop back here. Then is like, I don't know. I could maybe take and solidify the center. Yeah, it's probably premature. It's probably not good. Computer doesn't like I'm gonna do it anyway and play e6. Next, we can attack the pawn, but he could play d4 right now, and he does. Okay. Um, I could go for. I could go for c5, but let's see. Let's see. I want to start with this knight. Jump in, threaten the pawn. Yeah, probably if he pushes. I don't know. I want to get castled quicker. Okay, but if you take, I take. So now I'm attacking two pawns. And if you take, I take. And if he drops back to protect, right? I mean, he can take, and push. Then he drops this guy. Okay, that's an interesting move. But I think now I can attack the pawn again. I can attack the pawn again and have a crazy idea. I think I had this similar position before, and yeah, he does have this move to stop my idea. I had a similar position, and yeah, I just skewered his queen, and we're gonna get that again. It seems like, yeah, he was too focused on protecting the pawn, but yeah, literally, I'm skewering the queen to the king. I had a very similar position in the past, and he just resigned. So let's see if we see the same thing. Yeah, that was incredible. Day 105 ended up on a good note. And let's see, the accuracy is probably pretty high. 97.5. Um, yeah, two book moves. Played like a 2300 apparently. 100% opening, great. 94 middle game. It wasn't perfect, but yeah, one in accuracy. Yeah, he just blundered, which is very natural. Best move, best move. Wow, I wasn't expecting. So okay, best move. So I did play this in the best way possible. Yeah, I was thinking that c5 could be a best move, but the diagonal is very weak to my king, and I don't like that. So that's why I went instead for putting pressure onto this pawn and getting my king castled quicker. Again, computer insists on c5, which I've been playing a lot, but yeah, this is a straight up mistake because now I play a great move, and his best move is probably to give up that pawn. Like if he plays here, which is the best move, now I will take, and let's say he castles or whatever. Um, he does have some activity. He's castled, and yeah, he has like a lot of pieces out. Um, so yeah, and here you can even go for a king, which is the best move. So yeah, it's not easy, but anyways, yeah, I just attack two of his pawns, and already this is a mistake. 1.5, minus 1.5. So I find this great move. I'm attacking the pawn twice. So the most logical thing is the bishop is not pinning anything anymore. Let's bring the bishop back and protect the pawn. And here comes my second great move. It's basically just lights out. It's after take. It's just like whatever. Um, I'm going after this guy afterwards, and yeah, it's just completely losing. That's it. Very short, but I'm very happy to get the win. And we're going back up. 1524. That's just phenomenal. I might search the previous match that was very, very similar with this one. And if I can find it, I'll show it to you. Um, okay, so I actually found that game. It wasn't in, I don't think it was in Kadokan, but let's see. Um, oh, it was the Sicilian. Okay, so takes. I attack. He goes back on the same square. And even though this is not the best move, I was just setting up this trap, you know what I mean? And he just completely missed it, you know? And yeah, after just 5 moves, he resigned. The same pattern, so that just goes to show that pattern recognition is extremely important in chess. And yeah, I even remembered this match. I'm very happy I found it. Took a while, but I was just looking for matches that I won by resignation with a few moves to narrow down the search and find the match. So keep this pattern in mind. Whenever he's not castled and his queen ends up in this square, you can set up like skewers. And yeah, it was a great move then. It is a great move now. And with that being said, hope to see you tomorrow as well. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye. Cha cha.